So while protecting your heart, what are the things you look for in training camp and preseason to get your hopes up and ultimately break your heart again?
So when you say that, it's a small thing for me personally, but I always still harken back and I think about this all the time. And it's actually a conversation that I had a couple of years ago on a different show with Mark Silverman from ESPN 1000. And my whole life, when we talk about training camp, and I raced to whether it was the printed newspaper of the Chicago Tribune or whether it was the Chicago Sun-Times, or as we move forward into the parlance of podcasts and radio, you'd get on there and you'd listen. And one of my favorite journalists of all time was Jeff Dickerson. Jeff Dickerson would either write or come onto a show and they'd go, "Hey Jeff, how did the team look today? How did the quarterback look today in training camp?" And he would just go, "Guys, it was a little up and down. It was a little choppy. It was a little this. It was a little that. They have some work to do." You hear it all the time, John, of how the defense is ahead of the offense. And somehow in this town in Chicago, because we love our defense so deeply, we go, "Oh yeah, okay, our defense is going to be really good. Let's lean on, stop the run, and maybe we'll win some football games." So what I want to hear, and I think Chicago Bears fans want to hear, just for once in my life, I would love to hear in training camp a reporter come onto a show, a radio hit, whatever, and say, "Man, Caleb looked great today. Man, Caleb was carving up the opposing defense." And not just on 7-7, but in all the drills. We have 2 joint practices coming up in training camp. It's the Dolphins and it's someone else. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I would love nothing more than have them say, "Man, the offense just absolutely destroyed the Dolphins in joint practice today." I am not in any way saying or alluding to that being the one huge harbinger of a huge season for Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, and the Bears are going to go to the playoffs. But when you talk about training camp, you talk about healthy skepticism that I'm having because I'm in prove it mode. I think that is one of the components there of hearing that the offense gets off to a fast start, stays in rhythm. Caleb looks good. The deep passes look good. The ball's coming out of his hands. And I think that's the best version of a training camp story you could hear that's going to set the Bears up for success this season.